Hey y'all, welcome back to Homemade Simple. If we've not met before, I'm Lori. I'm really glad you're here today. I have had the biggest sweet tooth lately and I've not done a lot of dessert recipes, so I thought it was time for me to combine those two things into a video full of delicious, frugal, and a little bit healthier dessert options. Let's get started. The desserts were a little bit healthier because I'm going to include fruit in all of the recipes, and also we're going to start by making our own homemade cake mix recipe. So it's really nice to be able to make your own cake mix instead of buying a box of cake mix at the store whenever you need to make a dessert. First of all, it's just something good to know how to do. There was life before Duncan Hines made a box cake, and so it's really a good thing to just have in the back of your mind, I know how to do that. It's not hard. You can skip the expense of the box cake, and also you get to have the control over the ingredients. So I'm going to put together a really easy cake mix recipe. I'll make sure and leave that and all the other dessert recipes down in the description box so that you can refer to them anytime you need them. Also, I really like to be able to have that control over the quality of ingredients that I put into the food that I feed my family. It doesn't take long. It's very simple and easy. 4 ingredients. We're going to get it done really quick, and then we're going to move on to the really fun part. I'm going to start with a pretty large mixing bowl. This is going to include about 6 cups of ingredients, and then we're going to have to stir it. So you probably want at least an 8-cup container, maybe a 10 or a 12 will be better. I'm going to start by adding 4 cups of all-purpose flour. The next ingredient is going to be 2 cups of sugar. Then we need 2 tablespoons of baking powder and 2 teaspoons of salt. All you have to do is just stir this well enough to get all of the ingredients incorporated really well. The main thing is you want to disperse that baking powder all throughout the flour and sugar to make sure that all of your cake mix cooks up exactly like it's supposed to. How long did that take? That may have taken a minute or 2 at the most, and we can just put this either in a large mason jar or in another airtight container and have our cake mix at our disposal ready to go whenever we need it. As far as how much you can get out of this homemade cake mix recipe, it should be the equivalent of about 3 boxes of cake mix, which if you pay $2 each, that's $6. This probably costs $1 to make, so that's a quick and easy way to save $5 and still have a delicious dessert recipe ready to go. Now let's get started making our first recipe. It's going to be a Crockpot peach cobbler. I'm really excited about this. I love peach cobbler. I also am excited because I have a little bit of vanilla ice cream in the freezer, so that's going to be a bonus. This is going to be a super simple and easy recipe to throw together. Totally a dump and go recipe, and that's my absolute favorite kind of recipes, so let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with 1 large 29-ounce can of sliced peaches. I'm going to pour half of the juice out. This can has extra light syrup. You can use whatever kind you want to. I just find that there's really no need for all of that extra sugar. So that's probably about half, and then we'll use all of the rest of the juices in the can. Okay, I've got my crock pot ready to go. I'm going to grease the bottom and sides of the crock pot. I'm just going to use an old butter wrapper. It's ready to be disposed of now. That's a good way to use the last little bit of butter on the wrappers. I'm just going to pour all of these peaches into the crock pot. I'm going to spread them around to make sure and cover the whole bottom of the crock pot, and then I'm going to sprinkle probably about a teaspoon of ground cinnamon on top of the peaches. This is ready to sit to the side while I mix up our topping. We're going to use 2 cups of our cake mix and 1/2 cup of melted butter. I'm going to mix this together until it's really nice and crumbly. Okay, there we go. The butter is all mixed into the cake mix. It's nice and moist and crumbly. So I'm gonna sprinkle this on top of the peaches. This should give it plenty of topping. That topping is my favorite part of this kind of recipe. So this should work out perfect. That's it. This is ready to go. I'm gonna put the lid on and cook it on high for about 2 to 3 hours until it's nice and bubbly. Can't wait to eat this. And that took less than 5 minutes. This is a definite win in my book. Okay, the peach cobbler is done. Let's see how it looks. Oh, I don't think I've ever made anything like this in the crock pot, and it is looking really yummy. I'm gonna let it cool off a bit and give it a try. I'm really impressed with how this browned up like it would in the oven. Everything looks really nice and well done. I'm gonna go get me some ice cream. Okay, I don't want to overdo it, so I'll just put a little ice cream on here. Okay, let me see how it tastes. That's really good. I would definitely recommend eating it with ice cream, but I think even without the ice cream, that's a really good flavor. It's not too much of the topping, not too much of the peaches. It's the perfect cobbler recipe, and it could not have been simpler. Getting ready for this video made me so hungry for some really delicious sweets. I like to make sweets that are on the healthier side, so I don't feel like I'm just pumping my family full of sugar all of the time, but everybody likes a nice sweet treat now and again. So I'm really excited to have found these really good recipes that are ideal for what I'm trying to do. Give my family good, delicious food, but also trying to keep it as healthy as possible. This next recipe is perfect for my goals there. It's going to be a pineapple blueberry dump cake. This is going to be super easy and simple. I'm going to bake it in the oven, but you can also make this one in the crock pot as well. It's going to take no time to put together, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. And while that's heating up, I'm going to add 1 can of crushed pineapple with the juices to the bottom of my baking dish. I'll just spread that around, get it all covered on the bottom. I probably should have put some butter or oil on the bottom of this pan. Hopefully that's not going to come back to cause me problems. I have some frozen blueberries. This is about 2 cups. I'm just going to sprinkle them on top. And I can spread those out as well. I have a few left in this other bag. I think I'll just go ahead and finish it out. That might be 2.5 cups, but 2 cups, 3 cups, either way, it'll be just fine. I'm gonna do the same thing I did with the peach cobbler. I'm gonna just mix up 2 cups of the cake mix. Okay, I have my 1/2 cup of melted butter. I'm gonna mix that together again until it's crumbly. And then we're just gonna sprinkle that on top of our fruit. This is gonna make a really beautiful dessert. It will be perfect for taking to a covered dish or taking to a friend's house for an afternoon coffee date. This also will be delicious for an after school treat. Doesn't take you any time, so it's not like really labor intensive and something that you will avoid doing. That's what I really like about these kinds of easy recipes. You can get them done with ingredients that you probably already have in your pantry and freezer, so you don't have a lot of expense, and also you don't have a lot of time invested. Again, less than 5 minutes, I made this delicious dessert. I'm gonna throw it in the oven for about 45 minutes, and then we can dig in. The blueberry and pineapple dump cake has been cooking for about 60 minutes. It is all nice and golden brown on the top, nice and bubbly. I'm gonna give it about 5 minutes to cool off before I dig in and let you know how it tastes. That is a delicious dessert. You have absolutely got to try it. It is so yummy. It took no time to make. Was in the oven for an hour, but I was busy doing other stuff. That's good enough to share with a get-together. I would be just fine if that was my birthday cake. This is a delicious dessert you really need to try. Okay, for our final recipe today, we're gonna make some strawberry cookies. These are gonna be delicious, super easy, and they have fruit in them, so they will definitely be healthier than any store-bought cookie you can find. We're gonna start by using our cake mix as the base for our cookie mix. We'll use about 2.5 cups of our cake mix. We're gonna add 1/2 cup or 1 stick of melted butter. We're gonna add 2 eggs and 1/2 cup of strawberry jelly. You can use any kind of jelly that you have on hand, anything that you already have in your refrigerator. It doesn't have to be strawberry. And I'm just gonna mix all of these ingredients together until they're well combined. Okay, that mixed up well. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. I have my cookie sheet with my silicone baking mat. You can also use parchment paper. This poor cookie sheet has really been through it. It looks terrible, but it works perfectly, so it will be just fine. I'm just going to dollop 1 teaspoonful of cookie mix for each cookie. It should make about 24 of these teaspoon-sized cookies. Okay, I'm gonna bake these for about 10 minutes until they are nice and firm. Then I will cook up the rest of the cookie mix, and then it'll be time for us to give them a try. They turned out so yummy. I am really excited about this. So I left them in for probably 12 minutes. I forgot to set the timer to begin with, so I may be a little off. But they browned up pretty good. I think that they are going to be nice and soft. I'm gonna take them off, put them on a cooling rack, and then cook up the rest of them. I'm gonna move these that are already cooled onto my plate. Then I'm gonna cool these other ones off. I'll give them a try and let you know what I think. It's really soft. It's a soft cookie, which is good. And the flavor is really good too. It's not like overpowering strawberry, but it definitely has a strawberry flavor, and it just tastes really good. It doesn't taste at all like a cake. So that's sort of neat that you can make cookies out of a cake mix. It just makes things a lot simpler. I wonder if you can make like chocolate chip cookies with cake mix. I'm not sure, but I think this is going to definitely be in my favorites category. Well, I do believe this might be one of my favorite videos that I've ever done. I get to eat all of these yummy desserts. I'm really excited about sharing them with my family. I could not believe how easy they were to put together. They are all very inexpensive, and they're also a lot healthier than a lot of other options. So if you're looking for some delicious yet a little healthier dessert options, I think that you might should give these a try. I know that y'all have so many dessert recipes to share. I hope that you will take a little bit of time and share your family's favorite dessert recipe down in the comments below. Thank you as always for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope that you will go ahead and do that now. Also, if you know someone who's looking for some frugal and healthy recipes, I hope you will share this video with them. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you have a wonderful week. I love you, and I will see you again next time.